Hi everyone, I'm back with another video today. In our family, today is a very special day for a young lady. Our youngest granddaughter, Brecken, today is her birthday, and so I wanted to make her a birthday card, and I thought I would just pop on and show you what I'd made, and maybe some of you would have grandchildren or some friends with young children that might like a birthday card. So today what I'm doing is we're going to make, this is a unicorn card that I made, and this is actually going to be Brecken's card, and it on the top says, "When in doubt, be a unicorn," and inside I'm wishing her the happiest of birthdays. And then I also made a hippo. This stamp set comes with several different little animals, and this one is the hippo, which I thought would be pretty fun for a little boy's card or a boy's card. And it's basically the same thing, it just has the hippo on the front. So to make the cards, I used a stamp set called Hippo Happiness, and as you can see, it has, you could be a horse or you make it into a unicorn. It has the hippo, it has the little lamb, it has butterflies, and cute little sentiments that tie into it, and got some balloons. We're going to be using the balloon to decorate our envelope with. So it's a really cute stamp. And along with the stamp set comes the bundled dies, and there are a ton of dies in this die set. It's called Hippo and Friends, and it has the hippo and has, of course, the little horse, the butterfly. But what I like about this whole set is it has all of these different label size dies for backing your labels and so forth. And we're using we're actually using this one here to do the backing behind the unicorn on our card. But you can see it has the longer ones. It has this shape. This is the little cut die for the little lamb. So it's a really fun bundle. As usual, if anybody's interested, the bundle and the dies, if you buy them together, you get a 10% discount on those. We're also using a birthday set that I've used a lot. It's called The Happiest of Birthdays, and we're using this really big one. What I like about this is they're bigger greetings, and so it doesn't take much to fill up, and this works really nice on the inside of your card. We'll also be using, again, the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. This time we're going to use the fancier end design. I have some retired Stampin' Up! Ribbon that we're going to be using because I'm trying to get rid of a lot of stuff. And for the embellishments, we're going to be using the Artistry Blooms sequins. These sequins are pretty neat because I like them because they don't have the hole in the middle. I don't know if you can even tell that on here, but there's no hole. They're all solid, and I like that better than the ones with the holes on them. And for our ink pads, we are going to be using Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and just for the strings on the balloons for our envelope, we're going to be using the Basic Gray. So I have the unicorn set up on my Stamparatus. It just makes it so much easier to line up the faces and stuff. I'll be honest with you, I struggled a bit trying to get everything lined up, and finally decided, nope, I'm going to just get my Stamparatus out and line everything up, and that'll make it a lot easier. So I have just a piece of white, just a square scrap. I think it's about a 3x3, and I do have some Stampin' Spots. I don't know if any of you have these, maybe from those of you that used to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, but they're always difficult to get them the lids to stay on. And so I saw this cool tip about closing them using these clear hair holders, ponytail holders. They're kind of hard to see in the camera, but they work really well, and they keep the lids of the Stampin' Spots on without any problem. The only problem you have is keeping track of them and make sure that you know where they're at when you take them off. So I've started doing that, and I have an extra package of these on hand because I figured more than likely I'm going to misplace one of them without a doubt. So we're gonna, this stamp set is actually like a two-step stamp set where you can fill in the, you add an extra image in there, and we've done that before, and I'll show you. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to take this is the kind of the fill-in, and I'm going to actually stamp it first. The reason I'm doing that is it's easier to line up everything that goes with it, especially if you weren't using your stamp apparatus. So we're going to use our Highland Heather. Make sure I got the right color, and I do. And we're going to stamp that onto this square. And we're going to stamp this down. I've been having a little trouble with my trigger finger, etc. on my hand, so I'm using just this is just a Swiffer, and it really does make it easier to slide and on the stamp apparatus. So I'm going to have this be a little bit darker, and I may have to redo that because I think I picked up a shadow, but we'll check it out. Okay, now we're going to take our other color, and this is, we want to be considerably lighter, so I'm going to ink it up full strength, and then we're going to stamp off. So I'm inking it full strength. I'm just going to put a scrap piece of paper here. Stamp it down, and then we will put it down and stamp again. This is your second generation of stamping. Okay, now for the eyes, and this was the part that was the hardest for me to line up because it doesn't have a real point that you can aim at to stamp. So I'm going to use a darker color. It's called Gorgeous Grape, and it's still in the purple shade, but it is dark enough that it'll show up on the light Highland Heather. And hopefully this hasn't moved. I haven't used it for a couple of days. We'll see. Actually pretty good. So you can see that. Hopefully you can see how it has filled in right in here with the eyes and the mouth. Okay, and then so that's done. We're done with that stamping. We'll close this and get it out of the way. These out of the way. Now there is a die in here. This little die right here. Lines up, and it's pretty easy to line up, and you just cut your little unicorn out. I've already done that because I don't carry my big shot in this room, but it lines up pretty easily and cuts it out really nicely. So I already have one done, and we'll proceed. If I can find a red. Okay, so now that we've stamped our little unicorn, here is our packet of materials. We have I'm putting this on I'm changing the colorway around a little bit from this one. It's going to look a little bit different because I'm using different colors. So I have a Whisper White, thick Whisper White card base. Again, this is our normal size of 8.5, and then this is 5.5, and it's scored at a 4 1/4. And I'm going to use my bone folder. Go over this, stick it to lay down nice and flat. We have a piece of Designer Series paper. I think this is called Abstract Impressions. I can't really remember, and I did not bring it in here. But it's got all kinds of different colors, and some of it's pretty wild, and the other side is a little bit more subtle and just kind of a variegated or ombre pattern. I have a piece, this one is actually 4 by 5 1/4. I have a piece of the rainbow glimmer paper, and this is very pretty paper, and it's kind of, again, ombre, and it goes from all different shades, and it's really very, very pretty. So the reason I had to change the colorway around a little bit is because this was more the purple and pink. This has a little bit more of the yellow in it, and so I wanted to emphasize that part of it. So we will take our Stampin' Seal, and put this on our paper. Trying to center it as best I can, rubbing that down. And then, so I don't forget, like I forgot on my previous card, I'm going to take the ribbon and get that put on. And so I'm thinking, not sure which way I want to run this. Should I put the yellow down here, or should I put it over here? I think I'll do it down here so it doesn't blend in quite so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some Stampin' Seal along the sides here. I'm going to take my ribbon, and I want it I don't want it in the middle, but I want it up a little bit, just a little bit below the middle. And I'm actually going to put on 2 strands of this ribbon because it's pretty narrow, and I would like to have it a little bit wider. And trim that off. I need to put a little more Stampin' Seal down on that side, so we'll have it wide enough. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to push this ribbon up right next to the one I just put down. Wrap it behind. Oops, I don't want to lay it down because you know what's going to happen. It's going to stick. Push this up and keep it pretty tight and turn it to the back and trim it off. Okay, that's it for the ribbon. We can now put this on our card front. Line it up on my grid paper to keep it straight to help. And then we're going to put this down. Okay. That's that. Now we can stamp the inside greeting, which I'm going to do in the darker Gorgeous Grape. And since this is such a large stamp, I'm going to take the ink pad to the stamp. And I'm going to stamp this down. Put a little extra pressure since it is a big stamp. Okay, there we go. Close up my ink pad for the time being. And on this one, I took a little piece of the designer series paper and put it along the bottom. I apparently did not cut one and bring it in there for this, so I will do that after I close out the video, but just dress up the inside a little bit. Okay, now the only thing we have left to stamp is our greeting. I have a 2.5 by 3/4 inch piece of Whisper White, and I am going to put this in the punch, turn it over. I'm actually going to punch and then stamp so that I can center, get my greeting pretty well centered. Do the same thing on the other side, other end. Again, turning it over, trying to make sure that we're straight, and that's not very, so. And so what I do is I line it up. I don't know if I can get this to stay. It's a little, almost too short. I should have made it just a wee bit longer. Maybe I'll get this stamp punched. Hold on. Don't have a problem with this until I get on camera. Okay, and then punch. Okay. Hopefully it didn't slide on me. It's pretty good. I'll line this again on my grid paper. I'm going to use the Highland Heather on this. And this little saying I think is cute. It says, when in doubt, be a unicorn. Okay, there we go. And then I have a piece of the designer series paper that's on the back of here. This is 1 inch by 3, I think it is. And again, we're going to take this punch, put it in here, turn it over. It out, put the other end in. Punch it down. We will take our Stampin' Seal, put our white when in doubt be a unicorn on here. And then on the back of it, oh, I kind of put the wrong side down. Let's see if I can get this to pull off. Let's see. I think it'll be all right. We'll just leave it. I'm going to take some dimensionals. Them on there, and now we are ready to go. Okay, so this is the little shape that I cut out with the die that I showed you, and I've already put dimensionals on the back of it. I'm just going to pull off the backings real quick. And this is going to go on, centered over this yellow ribbon. And then our little unicorn is going to go on top of that, and also it's on dimensionals, which I've already put on. Trying to shorten these videos a little bit. But it's hard. I can't seem to get it under 20 minutes no matter what I do. And I don't think we're going to be over 20 minutes on this one. So this will go right here. It's a bright sunny day, but boy, is it cold out. The wind is so frigid. I walked on my treadmill this morning because there was no way I was going to go out walking in this rain, or this rain, in this wind, and so cold. I'm not a cold weather person at all. Okay, real quick, like we're going to do our envelope, and what I have is, we're going to use the two purples that we had. So we'll start off with the lighter one, and what I did is I just kind of made one a little bit higher. Let me stamp this off real quick. Okay. I'm going to go into the darker ink, make it a little bit higher. Oops, didn't do a very good job on that. And then we'll do one more. Okay. And then I'll close these up. And I have the gray that I'm going to use for the little balloon strings. This is such a tiny, skinny little stamp that you want to make sure that you just place it down and raise it right back up, and you can see through it to line it up with the bottom of your balloon. Don't rock it, because otherwise you'll end up with a shadow. Okay, that's it. Except we're going to put on our bling on the front of our card. And there's different colors and different shades. These are kind of iridescent. They pick up colors. But we'll use this one. So what I did on my other card is I put one in each little scallop of this die cut. But that only gave me 4. And as you know, the rule of thumb is that odd numbers are better and more pleasing to the eye, so I added a 5th one, and I made it one of the bigger ones, and I just put it right there. Okay, so there we are. Cute little card, different colorway. We have one in the purple and the pink, and one in more the yellows and oranges, and I made the envelope the same, and our little purple unicorn. So I hope you like this card. I think it's kind of a fun card, and I know my granddaughter Brecken, or as we call her, the Pistol, is going to really like it. So you all have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay warm today, and take care. God bless you, and see you soon. Bye-bye.